We welcome in former BYU all-time great and current NFL receiver Austin Collie, making, of course, his BYU Sports Nation debut with Spencer Linton and Jarom Jordan. Austin, great to have you with us. First and foremost, I became friends with your older brother, Zach. We went through the BYU broadcasting program together. He told me about how competitive the Collie brothers are, especially with video games, namely FIFA soccer. So you can set the record straight. Who's the best FIFA soccer player in the Collie family?
I don't know. I don't know now.
You're not going to say yourself?
At the time, I wasn't too bad.
Okay, all right. I know Dylan talked a lot of trash. Your little brother is on a mission right now. He said that whenever you guys play, it's serious business.
Yeah, no. Dylan's pretty good, though.
In other unrelated news, Austin, we're thinking about participating in the new intramural bocce ball at BYU. What advice do you have for us?
Don't play with Max and Dennis because they make up their own rules.
I'm just kidding. There's no intramural bocce ball. But, yeah, we'll make sure we don't play with Max and Dennis. Austin Collie is on BYU Sports Nation. Our poll question today is, or our Twitter question is, who is the greatest receiver in BYU football history? Austin, what do you think?
I think you got to go with the guy that owns all the records, right?
So Cody Hoffman.
I think so. I think I think it's tough. I think all the great receivers at BYU, they were great for one reason or another, and I think that reason or that characteristic that they had that made them great is unique. I don't think anybody has the size and the ability to go up and get the ball as Cody did. I sure wasn't, able to do that. And, I think as far as route running and hands, I think, I kind of prided myself on that. I kind of prided myself on being, as best as I could at that. And, you got guys like Eric Drage and others who were just, consistent guys that perform day in and day out. And, I don't know. I think it's that's a tough one to call. So I think that the only way you can kind of clarify that or do that is maybe go to the record books.
Just so you know, Austin, both Jarom and I have tabbed you as the greatest BYU receiver. So you have that going for you.
You would own the records had you come back, but I think that's really respectful of you to acknowledge what Cody did. And you're right. You were two different receivers. He's more of the throw it up, he'll go get it, and you're the route runner. Who's now making a living in the NFL. What do you think of Cody's chances of getting drafted, Austin, here in the next couple weeks?
Oh, I think they're great. I definitely think we're going to see. Cody on a team, sooner rather than later in the draft. And like I said, he's got a lot of qualities that a lot of NFL teams love. He's a big guy. He can run fast, and he can also run routes and catch the ball. And believe it or not, there's not a lot of guys that are in the league that have the whole package. So I would think we'd probably see Cody coming, off the board early. I think.
Austin Collie, former BYU receiver, all-time great, joining BYU Sports Nation. In fact, it's his debut. Austin, you had an opportunity to be an instructor at the Manning passing camp. Taysom Hill, BYU's quarterback, it was just announced that he will be an instructor there this year. What do you feel like Taysom can learn from being an instructor in that high-profile camp?
The biggest thing that I took away from that was just the fact that, just knowing the guys that are out there, seeing the competition, live, I guess you could say. You get the opportunity to work with Peyton and Eli a little bit before the camp starts, and also as the camp goes on. You also, honestly, I think the other biggest thing that I took away from it was, Peyton and Eli, they do a great job of just kind of sitting the college guys down and kind of telling them what's what and how the NFL goes and how to prepare and finish off your college career. So, it was an experience that really opened my eyes big time to what really is the NFL life, to how to prepare for it. What it actually takes to get there, and then just kind of who I was competing with. Not so much as there were receivers there that were high-profile receivers, but at the same time, every quarterback there is going to be the top-rated quarterback in the nation, right? So you get a chance to kind of see, where you have to get to or where you stand with these other guys,
Austin Collie is on BYU Sports Nation. You've played and caught passes from both Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. We both know of their greatness. I want to know who's maybe funnier during a game, who can actually drop some humor during the game.
Nobody.
Neither. Nothing? All business, all game?
It's all business, man. It's all business with those two during the game. So there's not a lot of joking going on with them.
How about in practice?
I'm not surprised to hear that, actually.
I don't know. They're both funny in their own way, man. They both got a great sense of humor, and they know when it's time to work, and they also know when it's time to have a good time. They know how to have fun, but when it's business, it's business.
Austin Collie on BYU Sports Nation, former BYU wideout, standout, now in the NFL. You had some big catches for the Patriots this past season, including a couple in a comeback win that was really exciting. I saw Tom Brady get in your face and congratulate you for that. And then you caught 4 passes in the AFC Championship game for 57 yards. How was the experience that you had last year, and how did it help you develop in your NFL career?
It was kind of a bittersweet year. Never when you're on top of your game and everything's going right, you really don't imagine being in a situation which I was in. You never kind of once you've proven yourself and you were one of the guys on the team and catching all these balls, you don't think at any point in your career you're going to be fighting for it again, to make it again.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately that's how the NFL is. It's a what have you done for me lately type of league, type of industry. And, coming off my knee surgery, I really didn't expect anything this past year. I just wanted to make a team, wanted to get on a team somehow, some way, and just prove that I can still, play the way I play, which is, catching, as much as I can that comes my way and converting on first downs and getting open, or converting on third downs and getting open when the time's needed. So, I think I did that this last year, but like I said, at the same time, it's tough, man. It's tough, being the guy on the, bottom of the totem pole trying to fight his way back up.
Austin Collie is on BYU Sports Nation. What's your situation now, and what's next, Austin?
Now it's just kind of a sit and wait game. There's different windows that go on in free agency. Obviously, the first one has just gotten over with as far as signing the guys that are due big contracts. And then most likely teams are gonna they're gonna draft young guys. They're gonna bring in young guys and see if they can get by with young guys, and they're a lot cheaper. And if they feel they need they have a hole in the receiving corps somewhere, or maybe young guys aren't stepping up and doing what they need to be doing, and that's kind of when the guys, the veteran free agents, kind of get the call to come in and help out, I guess. And hopefully that happens sooner or later. And I just want to be able to make it into a camp and stick on that team, just so that I have some rapport with the quarterback and I'm part of the system. The hardest thing is going into on a team mid-year, having not thrown with the quarterback and not already have established yourself as a receiver. You're kind of a reliever no matter how well you play during that time of the season.
Do you expect to be picked up by a team soon?
Yeah, after the draft, I expect to. I expect to be in camp. I think that's what's had a few teams tell me that that's definitely going to happen.
Austin Collie on BYU Sports Nation. He has amassed 179 catches, a majority of those from Peyton Manning and a handful from another guy named Tom Brady. And I just got to ask, with that just seems surreal to me from a BYU supporter, my perspective, that you've had an opportunity to play with those guys and be a contributor. When did the reality of what you've actually done set in for you?
I don't think it has yet, man. I think I think it's going to be one of those things that, when my kids are looking at it or they come across something and they ask about it or whatnot, then it'll kind of hit me maybe then that, like, dang, I played with probably the two best to ever play this game.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people get to say that. And even though it was a short period of time with Tom, I still got to know him. I still got to be, in the trenches with him in the battle and help win games. And that's, it's truly a great blessing. I think, but I don't think I'm going to fully grasp, the idea of that until later on down the road. I don't know.
Austin Collie is on BYU Sports Nation. What do you learn from those guys, Austin, that you take into this season?
Just work ethic, man. You're not going to find two guys that work harder at their job than those guys do, and they the amount of preparation that goes in, and the amount of they have every excuse in the world to kind of show up at practice and just kind of take it easy one day, and it is the exact opposite with those two. They've made it a habit to show up to work every single day, ready to get better, and to do that for, 13, 14 years or however long they've been playing. That's something special. And, I would say that's probably the biggest thing that I've learned in the NFL in general, is just how to be a professional, no matter, on the football field or in the business world or whatever. It's just, how am I going to get better each and every single day? Because that's kind of the question that they ask themselves. How am I going to have the edge over my competitor?
NFL receiver, former BYU all-time great Austin Collie on BYU Sports Nation. Austin, I know that you sometimes use the Twitter machine, and I have to ask you this question because I was frankly shocked when I read this. But you sent out a message about a song by One Direction called "The Story of My Life," and you said, "I can't believe I'm going to say this, but this song is legit." Now, I was kind of like, huh? But then we listened to it, and it actually is a pretty good song. Why did you feel inspired to send out that tweet?
I don't know.
The emotion of the music.
No, I go through phases on Twitter, man. To be honest with you, I have Twitter just kind of to keep update on what's been, what goes on in not only the NFL world, but the world in general.
Yeah.
I think it's a great way to just kind of hear things that maybe you wouldn't hear, throughout your normal day and being in touch with what's going on, with the world. But sometimes I'll get like a little hot streak where, 3 or 4 days, I just kind of get in this groove of just kind of tweeting and, sometimes I feel bad. Sometimes I feel bad, like I'm gonna lose my followers because I hardly ever tweet. So occasionally I'll throw out just like a little, appetizer, like the One Direction song.
Well, that one exploded, my friend. That one absolutely exploded.
That one was retweeted 79 times.
Well, but you can't, whether it's a girl band or not, you can't deny the fact that's not a good song. I
think it's a good song.
It's a good song.
I appreciate good music wherever it's coming from. That doesn't mean I necessarily love One Direction and everything that they.
You don't have a poster in your locker of One Direction?
Absolutely not. But you gotta be secure with yourself enough to admit, okay, this is good. Even though they're a boy band, this is a good song.
Hey, I respect that, Austin. I respect it, man.
Speaking of boy band, how's Dylan doing on his mission?
He's doing really well, man. He's
Where is he again?
really
Virginia or something?
Virginia. Yeah, he's really entrenched in his in the work, and he's working his tail off, man.
Austin, it's been great to have you on BYU Sports Nation. We wish you the best of luck and look forward to you getting signed by another team. We're sure that you will, and we hope to catch up with you sometime in the near future.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Austin.